Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Raymond Sewera. I'm the owner and master tech at TruckTech and General Services. Today I've got a good one. This is a grader that we've been doing an engine for. We did an engine overhaul, so decided to share the video of the after the repair and all that. So this is the Changlin grader. It's a PY165H. Basically, it's got what they call the Shanghai engine. It's a Chinese version of the Cummins C series. It's an 8.3 liter engine. So let me just take you around a little bit. Have a look at the whole of the grader. Bit of a better look at it. This is basically signage to show that we did the engine overhaul or engine rebuilding. These are stickers just in case the operator's got a problem with the engine or anything. He knows where to shout it. You can give us a shout in there. We can iron out some issues or explain what's going on with the motor. So let me open up the doors so that you can have a look at the engine itself that we did. So there it is, looking pretty. We basically stripped everything, painted bits and pieces. Had to clean all the bolts. They look like new, but they were actually the bolts that came with the engine, but we had to just clean them. Basically this is the TLC that we do to the engines at TruckTech and General Services. Let me just take you around. Initially what happened before, what broke down the engine is the problem, what you call it, the tensioner, the belt tensioner, or the serpentine belt tensioner is the one that collapsed, and in fact it started all by the fan up. The fan up collapsed the bearings, and eventually the tensioner broke also. Then initially, at the end of the time, it wasn't cooling the engine properly. The cooling system was disabled because the belt was disconnected from the engine. So that's what damaged the engine. It overheated, melted the piston in there and all. So I'll try to post the pics for the before we do the engine. We did the engine overhaul. So basically the alternator that you're seeing right now is just it's not a brand new alternator. It's just the TLC that we did to it. We painted that, as well as the starter motor. But everything else, like the filters and everything else inside, is new basically. So let me take you around the other side so that you have a look at the other side where the pump is, the injector pump. A bit. I'm actually using my phone, so it's kind of difficult. I don't normally do this, but I just decided I wanted to share the kind of work we do at TruckTech and General Services. So this is the other side where there is the injector pump. We put new injectors. We had to import everything from China, as we can get the replacement parts or the spares for this engine. Anywhere else in Africa can only get them in China. So this is the C series version of the Chinese. It's a Chinese version of the C series. They call it the Shanghai engine, or the Dongfeng, or the D614 ZG9B. That's what they call them. But it's basically inside. It's a C series engine, 8.3 liter. When we started doing the engine, we were tearing down the stuff, and you couldn't. Some of these bolts were just torqued beyond the torque specifications themselves. I don't think they use any torque wrenches in China, really. So I ended up using, because I tried to look for the specifications of the particular engine there in China. They don't have all those, and ended up using the C series torques and specifications, really. So basically that's what we did. I'll pause a little bit, then I'll go inside, then I'll kind of start it for the first time so that you guys listen to how the engine is doing. So let's go ahead and go up in there and let me start it for you. There are no stairs to climb up in here, so I'll just do it. I'm holding the camera the other hand and trying to get up in here, so bear with me. So I'm seated now. So this is the inside of the motor grader, the Changlin that we did the engine overhaul for. So basically I'll show you all the control panel. We did all the electricals for this motor. Things are not working, nothing was really working here. Even the ignition key wasn't there at all. I understand this boy broke some 5 years ago, and since ever he was just parked, and I believe people were just messing around with him. Electrical stuff being removed to put it to other graders that they have also. So basically it's the engine broke whilst it just traveled. Probably it just worked under 1,306 hours. Can you imagine that? It broke whilst it was still very new. But we had to remove everything because initially everything melted, like the pistons and so forth. So the next engine service, like I've highlighted here, is going to be due in 1,900 working hours time. So let me go ahead and start this baby. Okay, yeah. There you go. This is our meter for the charging system, and this is our oil pressure. Looking good, 1.6 megapascals, and this is the engine temperature. Still warm. It's still in the warming up phase, and I hope you can hear me because it's kind of making noise also with the engine running. And basically here, this is the transmission oil pressure gauge, and that's the temperature for the transmission. Okay, so I'm gonna go down and show you the engine once it's to run. Just hang on a bit. Here we are. It's running. Hope you can hear everything. I won't do much of the talking because you can't hear me properly. I'm just gonna go around and show you guys how the engine is performing and stuff. See, this baby is breathing in and out nicely. He's a happy boy. Nothing coming out from the exhaust. So basically at the end of the time, we went on and fixed the turning turbo. It wasn't working. We did all the hydraulics, they were leaking, and some of the rims were not working at all. So went on an extra mile to do this for my client, which is the government of Zimbabwe. Went on and did all this for free as a way of paying back probably to the community and paying back to the government, really. So it's my gesture of saying thank you to the government for giving us the opportunity to be working on things like this, and basically promoting the indigenization here in Zimbabwe. And basically I didn't go to school to do all this that I'm doing today. It did not have been for the government giving us the opportunity to be experiencing doing the stuff that you think that we love to do, like fixing all this stuff. I'm just thankful, and I'm beyond blessed, man. So this is it. We did the electricals for free, the hydraulics. We also did the transmission service, change the filters and put new oil. As I've said, this boy broke 5 years ago, and basically it's been 5 years just sitting out there, and I figured we need to change the oils and all that. So this is it. I hope you enjoyed. I'll try to send to post pics for the before and after, also for the engine when we were working on it. Thank you guys. Enjoy. I just decided that I needed to share this with you all. Thank you. I appreciate it a lot. Peace out.